How Sigma males handle conflict at work. Conflict in the workplace are bound to occur because teams are often composed of people with different personalities and values. Added to this is that people often come from different backgrounds, cultures, and values. The differences in personalities or backgrounds are not necessarily a bad thing. Many companies today pride themselves in constituting a diverse team because of the benefit of innovation and different perspective on problems they may face. However, if these differences are not properly managed, they could lead to conflicts that are often bad for company, culture, and productivity. Regardless of how workplace conflicts are managed, Sigma males pride themselves in managing conflicts differently from most people. Sigma males are known to be highly mentally and emotionally intelligent, confident, and adaptable to any situation they find themselves in. While they may not be the loudest in the room, they often have the most influence because of their accommodative leadership style. They would prefer to avoid conflicts as much as possible, but that should not be mistaken for timidity because they'll resort to confrontation if they must. Because conflicts with people are inevitable, they've developed strategies and habits for effective conflict management at work. In this video, we'll be looking at how Sigma males handle conflict at work. Number 1. They don't believe in hearsay. There are many reasons for conflicts in the workplace, but one of the most common reasons is colleagues acting on hearsay. Many people at work don't bother confirming what someone allegedly said about them at work. They just emotionally react, sometimes through confrontation, to what was allegedly said without confirmation. It's after confrontation and escalation with that said colleague that they find out that it wasn't true. Even in cases where the said statement was said, they might later find out that it was just taken out of context. Unlike many people, Sigma males are logical and independent thinkers who don't act on hearsay. They'll ensure they confirm such a statement from said colleague before taking any action, because they know that their team comprises people from different backgrounds. They understand that sometimes that what was said might simply be a miscommunication rather than malicious intent. Meeting the colleague to confirm what was said or asking multiple people about what was said to establish validity ensures they don't escalate things that are not necessary, which might end up infusing bad blood in your team. Before you take action on hearsay, try to confirm the statement from multiple people who were there when the statement was allegedly said, or from the person who said it before reacting. Number 2. Listening to different perspectives. Avoiding or de-escalating conflicts at work shouldn't be about who reported or made a complaint first, yet this is the approach many people in positions of leadership at work take. A Sigma male manager who wants to resolve conflicts between colleagues will ensure he hears both sides before passing any judgment. He knows that sometimes lack of context and differences in culture can lead to miscommunication. Listening to different perspectives doesn't involve parties to the conflict alone. Like a judge, Sigma males will consult several people who were present when such a conflict occurred to establish the facts before passing judgment. Number 3. The rational response over emotional outbursts. Emotions are part of what makes us human, but they can be destructive if not controlled in certain situations. Sigma males are masters of controlling their emotions when they find themselves in conflict situations. They do this because they don't want to say or do something they'll later regret, and in many cases, these regrettable things can hurt their career or relationships they took years to build. When your colleague says something harsh or offensive to you, be like the Sigma male and restrain yourself from saying something equally harsh at that moment. By giving yourself time to think about it, you might discover that you took the statement out of context. Even in cases where you didn't take it out of context, you're in a better position to state your case when your superiors are meditating. Number 4. Setting expectations around team behavior. When Sigma males find themselves in a position of leadership, they plan to prevent or control the breakout of conflicts. One of the ways they do this is by setting expectations on how their team members should behave. That is, setting the ground rules on behavior. Hence, it becomes easier to spot and stop behaviors that might lead to possible conflicts. For example, a Sigma male manager might state zero tolerance for derogatory jokes in the workplace, or any jokes that might involve a race of a team member. Any team member making these sorts of jokes is clearly operating outside acceptable boundaries and can be cautioned to prevent retaliation or confrontation from the other party. If you find yourself in a new team, take some time to understand the ground rules regarding behavior, as this can help you bond well with your new teammates. Number 5. Avoiding office gossip or hearsay. We mentioned earlier that Sigma males don't react based on hearsay. Well, they also don't partake in office gossip or spreading hearsay. Sigma males avoid discussions that involve the personal life of another colleague or when the topic of discussion is all about attacking someone's character. Avoiding office gossip is an effective way to avoid conflict because you're sure no one is going to confront you with something you said or didn't say. When you find yourself in a discussion where the person's information of another colleague is being shared, physically remove yourself from that discussion because even if you don't say anything, your presence when bad things were being said can cause a problem for you. Number 6. Ensuring accountability. Many businesses are built on the interdependence of several teams and roles. The implication of this is that the productivity of a team can be impacted, negatively or positively, by the productivity of another team. All is good when the impact is positive, but the problem arises when the impact is negative, which can cause conflict between teams and colleagues. Sigma males who find themselves in such situations often ensure accountability by reviewing the progress of their goals with the colleague that is slacking. Providing progress will subtly expose their lack of productivity. This is a better approach than physical confrontation. Sharing progress and updates will also show your superiors where the slack is and prevent any conflict that may arise from not doing your own job. Number 7. Leading by example. Let's be honest, sometimes the cause of conflict in the workplace, either intentionally or unintentionally, can be the boss. This can be through showing favoritism to some members of the staff, even in situations when they're wrong. Other bosses bend disciplinary rules whenever it's their favorite member of staff that went against the rules. Or it's the boss that takes the lead in spreading office gossip. Sigma males in positions of leadership always lead by example. They're not the ones to hustle for leadership positions, but they perform excellently when they lead others. They're the first to shut down any office gossip among their subordinates because they understand how it can lead to conflict and an uncomfortable working environment, all of which can affect team performance negatively. Sigma males are known to treat everyone equally, hence they won't hesitate to punish any member of the team that goes against stated rules and regulations. There is no room for favoritism whenever Sigma males are in charge. The absence of favoritism prevents the possible conflict that might arise from colleagues hating on the favored staff member of the boss. Number 8. Making changes. Sigma males are reflective thinkers who love to find solutions to problems. Unlike some leaders who stop at resolving the conflict between colleagues, Sigma males in positions of leadership go the extra mile to make necessary changes that prevent certain conflicts from happening. These changes can range from changing the role or a team to teammates or instituting new regulations that bar certain behaviors. Number 9. Being the bigger person. People often erroneously conclude that Sigma males are too proud to apologize when they're wrong, but nothing can be further from the truth. They do apologize only when they've genuinely seen that they're in the wrong. When the cause of a conflict is something trivial or a simple misunderstanding, they can apologize just to prevent further escalation and disruption to the rest of the team. However, this should not be confused with weakness because they can sense when someone is trying to manipulate them into apologizing unnecessarily. Number 10. Making the difficult decision. Sigma males are calculated and courageous risk-takers who are not afraid to make hard decisions. If their work is becoming too hostile to the extent that there's regular escalation with colleagues and management is not willing to resolve it, they can just decide to get another job. However, they must have planned their departure months before deciding because every decision Sigmas make are deeply thought through. Have you ever experienced conflict at work and how do you handle it? If you're a Sigma male watching this, give us more tips on handling workplace conflict by leaving a comment below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more powerful videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.